doesn't enjoy hearing a good love story, especially one filled with wisdom? Today I'm going to give my commemorative speech on someone that I just learned about, Elizabeth Elliot. Elizabeth was born in Brussels, Belgium during 1926, but spent much of her life in other places and cultures. I recently read her book and have gained much wisdom and much knowledge in doing so. To describe this book, you can simply look at the title, Passion and Purity. It is about her passion for Jim Elliot during the years of being just friends to even right before they got married, and her desire to stay pure during this season. Their relationship starts in 1947 when she meets him at Whitton College. During this, she struggles to know if he has the same feelings for her as she does for him, like most girls do. He then finally tells her around 1 year later, around the time that they're about to graduate, that if he were to ever get married, he would marry her. The problem with this is that Jim didn't feel like he had quite heard from the Lord of whether or not he should marry her or if Jim should even get married at all. You see, Jim Elliot was not your average guy. He was set determined to please the Lord. His main goal and calling in life was to be a missionary and share the gospel and the love of the Lord with the others. He desired so much to please God that he put his fleshly and earthly desires on the back of wanting to get married, and he put God's will for his life of being a missionary to the front. It took 5 years for them to finally get married. During these 5 years, Jim and Elizabeth were not together for the most part, or even remotely close. Their only way of communication whenever they were apart was through mailing letters. Elizabeth was very patient during this time, not only with Jim, but also with the Lord. She could have went out on her own and found another husband, but instead, she chose to wait. She chose to trust in the Lord's timing. Today, we think of mailing letters as thoughtful and sweet, but to them, it was so much more. It was all that they had to hold on to. In her book, she tells her love story along with journal entries of her own and letters from Jim. An excerpt from her book reads, "How can God's will work in my life if I'm clogged with wishes of my own? Thy will be done." She shares her vulnerability of how hard it is to stay pure and to wait on the Lord during this time. This book personally has impacted my life and speaks volumes in my personal convictions for living a life dedicated to the Lord. Many struggles that Elizabeth went through during this time are struggles that even women go through today, regardless of the fact that this was around 60 years ago. Sadly, not all love stories end like a Hallmark movie. After 2 years of marriage, Jim went to the Alca Indians to minister to them, and he was sadly speared by them. Jim's mission, thankfully, did not stop there. Instead of Elizabeth denouncing her faith because her husband was martyred, she decided to pursue it even more, so much so that she went to the same tribe that killed Jim, and she spoke the love of the Lord to them, and she ministered to them. She has made me realize how much more I need to trust the Lord with my desires, to put my desires down and to pick up his desires for my life. So today, I will honor Elizabeth Elliot for her selflessness, faithfulness, and dedication to the Lord that I hope to glean from one day.